So, everybody, I managed to watch Reality Resort. And watching the first episode of it, it started out pretty excellent. I have to say, this season is actually going to be very, very great. How the show became very excellent is, well, it's like total drama and this adventure camp, but something a bit different. Because this show is based on Big Brother, which I'm watching it right now. But we're talking about Reality Resort. This show pretty interests me because how this game works out is 16 contestants or Taurus. Yeah, Taurus I meant. See, there are 16 Tauruses ready to compete for $250,000. That's a lot of money, but it could make a deal for the Tauruses. Ready to compete for $250,000. They will have to do plenty of challenges and plenty of evictions. Because when two people are going to be up for evictions, their early vote is for some of them to get evicted. Just like I was based on by Big Brother. If you get evicted, you go home and won't get the $250,000. I think. That's a lot, but you know the rest. And I have to say, the animation is just glorious. How can you even notice that a big island like this have a lot of standout for it? The location, the trees, the stylage. The animators made a great job for this animation. So, yeah. Now let's talk about some of the characters. Starting off with the host herself, Victoria. Now, she's actually a very good host, I have to say. She's literally based on by Julie, the host from Big Brother. So, she kind of looks a very interesting host. I have to say, she's kind of a way better female host than Crystal from this venture camp. She could be very ominous, but anyway, she's actually good at her job. So, yeah, well done to Victoria. Also, her voice actor is literally the same voice actor who voiced as Lil from this venture camp season 1. Which, actually, pretty good. Now, let's get into the Tauruses. This is going to be very surprising for all y'all, but there is literally no character I already hated in this season. Sure, it only started up in episode 1, I think, but literally, in fact, there's no character that I despise in this one. Well, for now at least, until somebody goes into a downgraded character, so yeah. So let's just start with them. Start off with, let's see, Annalise. Now, by starts of the episode, she kind of looked like a fresh, clean girl. Who actually very well done. But to her personality way, she kind of felt like Julia to me. They had literally the same designs. The top shirt, and the short stuff, the hair. She's just basically Julia. So I can't wait to see how she does well in this game. I probably don't see her as an early boot, so she could go far. Brad. Now, Brad is actually a very surprising character. At first, I thought he was going to be a party dude guy who likes to chill a lot and feel a cool move. Just like Jeff in Total Drama Island. Which is not a problem for me because I actually like Jeff. He was actually a very funny dude. But for Brad, in reality, he's actually different. He's probably a strategic player of this game about telling everyone to not trust people. There was this one scene where he chatted with Annalise about not trusting Seth. So, yeah, this dude could actually go far. Maybe he could be a finalist, so that would be a surprise. Charles, I still don't know about this character. He only got 2 lines. The only thing that could be at least impressive about him, the only scene that we learn about him is when Topaz, trip, he just burst out in laughter. Which he already told it about, in the confessional when he said,
I have a problem when it comes to people getting hurt. I burst out in laughter. It's a visceral response I quite literally cannot prevent.
Which I honestly could see why. I mean, people could laugh at somebody getting trip or fail, but not into a harsh way. That's what he didn't mean to. So yeah, Charles is not really interested at all, but I don't really hate him though. The one credit I give it to him is his voice actor, who also voices Alec from this Venture Camp, which top notch. Other than that, Charles is fine, but I could possibly see him as an early boot. Cheryl. Now, Cheryl looks like the Izzy in this show, because I don't really learn anything from her, but she did have a confessional about her. Well, I'll just let her say it.
My job is literally understanding how people's brains work and forming strategies to capitalize on their behaviors. Is that not the perfect skill set for this game? Watch out, world, because I'm about to pull a marketing stunt so crazy, it'll make you think I'm promoting a circus.
Yeah, just like what she said. But she may be a fun character, because she has a great design, though, that makes it look interesting. But honestly, she felt like an early boot, because she didn't really do nothing, but she has very interesting, bonding with some of the girls in the pool beach, like Annalise, and maybe she could, form into a friendship with Kylie. Yeah, Kylie. So, yeah. Other than that, she's fine. Next up is Drew, and man, Drew is several questions I need to ask. When he came into this show, he said,
I didn't think this place was gonna be real. Man, probably just a glitch in the simulation. This is gonna be one wild social experiment.
So he thinks it was a glitch in the simulation and thinks that this is gonna be a wild social experiment. Which Drew actually kind of looks a very interesting character. I mean, I have to say. And plus the voice actor of him did pretty well. I mean, he's the one who did the reaction things in this Venture Camp. So yeah, Drew kind of looks like a very interesting character. Do I think he's gonna go far? Yeah, 50-50. But he has a well-known design, and yeah, I have to agree with his voice actor. He's literally the Black Herald. No surprise. Fan. Honestly, out of all the characters, he's kind of my least favorite. I mean, we do know a little thing about him, about his old past of his ex. But other than that, he's mid, whatever. But I think he could at least give me a few chances, He could at least change my mind. After all, his voice actor is actually pretty well with the whole Wild West thing. But nonetheless, I don't see no hope for this cowboy. Isadore. Now, she kind of looks like a character that could go far. Her personality is a very sarcastic girl. Kind of like MK from the reboot of Total Drama. And plus, by her, I guess, sort of buying thing about, messing with Drew, was actually pretty funny. I mean, there was that one scene where she slapped him, and that was actually pretty funny. I mean, these two could have a very good reacting by each other. With Drew being the smart type guy, while Isadora is the sarcastic, fun-picking kind of gal thing. So, yeah, Isadora might go pretty far. So, yeah. Kylie. Well, Kylie is actually a pretty good character, but nowhere near as the best character. I mean, she's kind of like a bubbly character that could be pretty nudge. And I'll say that she might have a good friendship with Cheryl, so yeah. I mean, they're both bubbly, they're both high nudge, so yeah, I can sense these two having a good friendship. And that Kylie is actually a pretty fun character, I have to say. Though I think she's gonna at least last long. Nah, I could possibly send her as a fifth boot kind of character. But other than that, she's fine. Marcus. How I explain about this character? He's sort of my second least favorite character because this man has some problems. Apparently, by his backstory, when the director says that he has a bit of a drunk problem and lost a few $1 million, he kind of went a little too overboard by his drunkenness. And kind of purportedly lose his wife because of him being so egotistical. So yeah, Marcus kind of looked like a very neutral kind of character, but he could be at least an entertaining character. After all, I mean, Michael Key, the voice of Connor and Oliver, it could at least go far. So yeah, that's probably a good thing. But who knows? Plus, he has an attitude problem, so that could be a problem. Next up is Monica. Now, Monica could be, she kind of felt like a Rosa Maria character. You know, she's kind of like a supporting character like Rosa Maria from This Adventure Camp Season 2. But she could be very surprising character that could at least go far into this game. I mean, you saw how Rosa did. I mean, she made it to the top 5 only to get blindsided by Rhea. As for Monica, well, I don't see her make it to the top 5, but I possibly see her make it at least to, I don't know, top 8 or top 9, I think, because I don't even see the producers getting her out this early. So yeah, she could at least go far. Now, here's the person that everybody has a lot of fan base on her, and has a lot of love and attrition on her because of her new design, Olive. Now, Olive, she is very interesting. Out of all the characters, she's kind of like the most interesting person I've ever seen. We heard that she's, psychotic, and she probably knows her way in the game, which make her a physical threat. Probably might be the antagonist of this game. So, yeah, Olive could at least go far into this game. I mean, come on. Her psychic problems and her strategy kind of thing, and how she's going to interact with people even though she's just going to get them out of here. Yeah, I could possibly see why the fans really like this character. Next up is Sarah. Now, Sarah, well, she's kind of like a very quiet of a character. We know about basically she's a college girl, and by the episode that she's in, which is season 1, well, episode 1 I meant, we noticed that in the scene where she was rubbing on the mirror by, look at Brad, she kind of like she has a crush on Brad, which is very good, but they're in the other team, so I don't see how this is gonna end well for her. But that Sarah has a very great design though, and her voice actor is actually top notch. The one thing that I could really see how it might be interesting on her is that her interaction with Brad, which probably good. I don't know if this is gonna go into a love triangle thing between her, Brad, and Elise because of the poster thing. Might be cause a little bit of drama. But that Sarah is actually a pretty good character, so yeah. Seth. Now, Seth, he's actually the funniest character in the show. I heard in his, confession when he said,
"Yes, I like me a girl as fine as that Annalise chick. But Mama didn't raise no fool. I know not to get involved with girls dumber than I. Dumber than me? I skipped college, okay?"
If he met comedic voice acting characters like John Leguizamo or Eddie Murphy, then he'll be a very funny character, because this man is actually Tyler from Total Drama, but in a reality resort kind of way, because this man could at least go far into this game. I mean, there's nothing that could go into his way, not to mention his short relationship with Annalise was actually pretty well. Even despite them being, another team, I have to say, Seth was the funniest person in this game. Well, at least one of the funniest, because of the next one. Next up is Tino. I'm sorry, I meant Tino. Now, this dude kind of worries me a lot because we know he's the strong dude, and you know about strong people into this cartoon reality show, they always get the first boot. I mean, you saw in the Total Drama reboot in season 1, this Venture Camp, the remake one, you know about Caleb and Will. They were the first boot. I mean, Caleb got out because of Bowie, because you do make a good point about him being, you know, a very unbeatable person in this game, and he could easily go far. As for Will, well, he got out because of Fiore, because he knows about her true color, and got out because of her, so yeah. Now, I don't know what they're gonna do with Tino. If he wasn't the first boot, then that would surprise me. But his design was actually looked pretty well. I mean, he does look like Caleb. But other than that, yeah, this man worries me a lot if he's gonna be the first boot, and that would be so very predictable if, you know, the strong people get first boot, so yeah. Next up is Topaz. Now, she's honestly very bossy in the first episode. I mean, in the inside, she kind of felt like the leader of the team, you know, help our team to victory and stuff. But on the outside, she could be very bossy in our team, making her a bit, you know, passive of a one. I wouldn't be surprised that she's going to be the first person in the jury alongside with the other person in her team. Maybe like Charles, probably. But I gotta get credit, her design is actually pretty well done. The only thing that looks very, you know, familiar about her design is just that she kinda looks like Axel from the reboot of Total Drama. I mean, the face count, I mean, look at the face. But she kind of looks like a very interesting character. I mean, there was this scene where she falls and trips, and something feels very odd. It's like, for one, she has a very leg surgery thing, or she has a prosthetic leg. Now, that would be surprising. Other than that, Topaz, she may be bossy, but if she has a prosthetic leg, she can easily go far. And finally, the last character to talk about is VJ. Now, how I describe this dude is, he's like the reality resort virgin character of Jake. I mean, duh. I mean, he has the same voice actor of Jake. Dick, I'm lying? Watch.
Am I worried that I'm a potential option for nomination tomorrow? Only as concerned as the old man who joins my yoga class full of beautiful women. Trust me, I've danced my way out of tighter corners than this. Besides, I've got a backup plan.
Right now, Connor and I are in trouble, but he is the idol. If I can win immunity, we don't have to worry about going home. And maybe we can take a shot at one of the big dogs. Preferably Allie.
So no surprise there. Now, I'll talk about VJ himself. He's actually a very cool dude. I mean, he did call Victoria very ominous, so yeah, he could at least go far. So, after when his team lose, he has an idea to make sure that he won't be the first person to be in the jury. Like, find that hidden immunity idol. Which, I don't think the show will ever do that. I mean, they didn't want to copy Total Drama or this Venture Camp. So, yeah. Unless if they did do that about the idol thing, I wouldn't be surprised. But other than that, VJ could be a character that could very go far on there. Plus, he's the funniest one, so yeah, that's one thing. The second funniest. And that's all. So, in conclusion, Reality Resort is actually a spectacular show. I can't wait until the other episodes arrive because this show is very spectacular. And not to mention the theme song, it's almost kind of like Total Drama's theme song. But with a simplification of not only with I Want to Be Famous, they sort of, you know, replace that and put on to I Want the Money Now, I Want the Money Now, I Want the Money, yeah, give it on my mind. I don't think how this sounds like, but you know. Anyway, this show is actually very spectacular. I know it's the first episode of it, but can't wait to see the other episodes. So yeah, that's my opinion on Reality Resort. Tell me what you think about it. Like and comment, share, subscribe. Until next time, see you later. And good luck until the other episodes get released.